Hi, this is Brian from Worldwide Stereo. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the all-new SVS 3000 Series Micro, a dual 8-inch subwoofer. SVS is headquartered in Youngstown, Ohio. They want to bring world-class products to more people and make reference quality products at any price point. The SVS mission is to re-energize people's desire for awesome sound by bringing passion, fun, and expertise back into the mix. Now, the Micro is designed to have reference quality sound, but in their smallest package yet. It's meant to blend into your living environment. So the size really benefits there. So you can put it almost anywhere, and where you end up putting it, if you're putting it out in the main part of a room, it'll look nice as well. But it also needs to perform. And SVS did a lot of hard work to make a subwoofer this small play so well. Unlike other subwoofers in the category where they would use a passive radiator, these are two dual opposing 8-inch active drivers, which means they're both playing at the same time. So they're designed acoustically and electrically to play in parallel. What that allows it to do is it allows it to play a more accurate bass note and allows it to play more musically than something that you would have like a passive radiator, which would end up being a little boomier and not as precise because it's reacting to the other active speaker as opposed to them working in unison to produce a better audio. The SVS Micro comes in piano gloss black and white. It's about 11-inch cube. It weighs 22.5 pounds. It's pretty well constructed. It has a structurally reinforced MDF cabinet construction, which helps out with settling the vibration for it. A problem that you can run into with a dual output subwoofer is it can shake and rattle because they're kind of fighting against each other. So some of my first impressions of the Micro was, I really liked how it looked. I love the gloss paint job on it. The grills being part of the unit itself, I thought visually looked really nice. And when I talked to SVS, I found out it was an important part for the design process as well, because the metal grills allow them to be more inert, so it was easier for them to tune the subwoofers, but it also allows a little bit of protection for the woofer itself, so you don't have to worry about if you're picking it up. Now let's look and talk about the technology behind the SVS Micro. We have our inputs, so we have our left and our right, and then we have our RCA outputs, which allow you to chain together the subwoofers. We also have a trigger input, which allows you to use a 3-volt to 12-volt trigger off of a preamplifier or receiver to engage your sub when you need it, as opposed to it being on all the time. We also have a USB port, which is perfect for powering the SVS SoundPath wireless adapter, which allows you to set that up anywhere in your room. Now, let's not forget the intelligent control interface on the back, and this is what allows you to set your volume, your phase, or your low pass crossover. Now, if you want to be more exact when you're setting it up, I highly suggest using the SVS Bluetooth app, because you'll be able to set it to more accurate or precise measurement as opposed to just picking and choosing where those lights are illuminated. One of the other benefits of the app is you're able to set things up from your seated position. So you're not guessing where you might be and how it might sound when you're sitting next to the subwoofer. You can actually do it where you're going to be listening to music or where you're going to be watching movies, and you can find the most effective point to set that up. Another bonus is SVS on their website has a matching tool. So you can use their database of thousands of speakers. That may not be SVS, and it's okay that you don't have SVS speakers, but you may have thousands of speakers, and it could be the ones that you have, and what they've done is they've looked at the specs of those speakers and figured out the perfect crossover points for them. So you can go on their website, find your speakers, find your specs, and once you found your specs, you can then load those into the subwoofer via the Bluetooth app, as opposed to having to set it up on the back of the subwoofer itself. A little bit easier for everyone to set up, but you can be a lot more accurate. So let's talk about the amplifier that's built into the Micro. It's 800 watt RMS, 2500 watt peak. It's a Class D Sledge STA 800DM amplifier with fully discrete MOSFET output. More of the power is going to go to the audio amplification, and it's a much more thermally efficient amp. Now, the Micro is able to play 23 hertz to 240 hertz, and it's measured plus or minus 3 dB. When I talked to SVS, they said they could have got it to play lower, but they wanted to make sure that it was as accurate and punchy at that lower frequency. I had a couple different setups for it. I had a 2-channel setup for a more musical environment. I also set it up in a surround sound system to test a low end in movies. I really enjoyed that SVS sent 2 of them because I was able to set up them as a stereo pair. So my left one played against my left speaker, my right one played against my right speaker, and I was able to balance them out using the Bluetooth app. It really allowed me to test the range and capabilities of the Micro. When I connected the Micro into a surround sound setup, I use a full range speaker, so I set these up in a single channel mode. I also wired the subwoofers because I had to, so I could configure them to play nicely. And again, I used the app so I could turn the black sub down because it was a little bit hotter in the front end of the room, and I was able to turn up the white sub as it was in the back, and it felt a lot more balanced when I was evaluating them when it came to surround sound demo. And that was all easy because SVS had it set up so I could easily shift and change them in my listening position as I was setting everything up, as opposed to having to go around and go, okay, I need this sub a little bit louder, I need this sub a little bit lower. And I was able to make those adjustments on the fly to really make that setup process go smooth and quickly. Now, what I did with movies was I watched a very recent movie, which is Ready Player One, which is one that almost anyone that you see a video demo for, video or audio demo for, will play for you right now, because they did an excellent job with the sound on that movie. And what most people will show you is the first race scene. You'll see the cars revving up. You'll feel that intensity that the race scene has, and it finishes with the climax of King Kong, stomping into place. And the Micros did an excellent job of making you feel like someone had just stomped into the room, that jumped in front of you, almost startling. I like to test things out in a musical environment. Music is really my passion. That's what I really love to listen to. And I created a very bass-centered playlist, something that could test them out to have music that emphasizes the low end, but also has some straight-up bass-heavy tracks for fun. If you're interested in the playlist that I used, it will be in the description down below. Don't judge me on the music, but do have fun with it. The Micros were able to move me in that moment, to hit those low-end notes where I knew that they were going to be, but it also enticed me when I was listening to music. It had that feeling inside that you go, okay, something's happening. You either feel like you're gonna dance, or you feel that movement inside of you that you get when you're listening to music. And the Micros are able to replicate that with authenticity and accuracy. And I did that thing where I'll turn one on and say, hey, how well does this work with one? And I was impressed by how much output just one was able to give me, but I really enjoyed how much output a stereo pair gave me. For being such a smaller cabinet, SVS spent a lot of time to make sure that it played accurately, it played low, but it played well. I was really impressed by what they're able to accomplish in such a small form factor. Thank you for joining me for a review of the all-new SVS 3000 Micro subwoofer. For more information on getting the most out of your subwoofer, check out our subwoofer calibration tutorial on our site. And you can learn more about these products online at worldwidestereo.com. Or if you're in the area, you can stop by our showrooms in Ardmore or Montgomeryville, PA. We offer 60-day returns, free shipping on all orders, and we're authorized dealers for everything we sell. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. You can call or email us at any time. Don't forget to stay updated on our latest videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell. This is Brian from Worldwide Stereo. I'll see you next time.